Hi everybody, it's Paul here from Ballistic Blood Bullets with a package opening, one very much highly anticipated, and just as a clue as to where the package has come from and some of the contents, we are looking here at the works of a German director and special effects guy, Andreas Schnaas. And this is his German gore epic, Anthropophagus, his reworking of the classic Joe D'Amato picture from the 80s. And let's, without further ado, have a look at the package. Here we go, said package. Open it up, taking it up off the addresses and what have you, just to protect the innocent. But the package is from my very good friend Jareth, who will be perhaps better known to most of you guys as Stathis Quaid. The uber cool Jareth. Always enjoy watching his videos and listening to his chilled tones of delivery, and he's a very knowledgeable and a real talent with some great editing skills and putting together some of his very cool and very neat videos that he has up on his channel, alongside the videos that most of us put up, which is looking at movies and chatting about all things film. But he also, as I say, got a talent to putting things together and creating something a little bit more special, and almost some stop motion techniques. Very good indeed. Definitely worth checking his channel out. Excuse me. Do stop along and say hello if you haven't already. And it is a good time to be had by all, as I say, from the uber cool Jareth. Thank you, Jareth. Very good of you to organise this trade, really. And Jareth has asked for a couple of films. I contacted Jareth because I was after a particular film, which will become apparent momentarily, and in exchange, rather than taking money for the film, he proposed doing a trade, which I was very keen to do, very happy to do. Very respected, very trusted, very decent guy, so never an issue at all. Pleasure to do the trade, and as it transpires, it's a fantastic trade, absolutely brilliant. Jareth has been off of YouTube for a little while because I think he's been having some computer issues, but those, I understand from him, have pretty much been resolved. So hopefully he will be doing a video response, and you guys will be able to see which films I sent him in a trade. So I won't spoil it by saying which films they were, but without further ado, let's have a look and see what we have in the package, which is what it's all about, of course. Okay, here we go. And we have a note from Jareth. And he's put, hey Paul, I put in some extra movies, hope you don't have them already and that you will enjoy them. I'm sure I will. Sorry that they are used. Absolutely fine. If they are used, they are coming from a great home and they give me a fantastic condition, Jareth, so thank you. Not a problem at all. It's a real surprise. I didn't expect anything extra at all, and it's really decent of you to do so. Very kind of you. Have a great day, and a lot of fun with the Musketeers, which is the film we'd look at, and that's the film that I've asked from him. Cheers, Jareth. Well, thank you, Jareth. Your package arrives very soon, and you have fun with that. Now, the film that I asked Jareth to kind of get for me is the new release of The Three Musketeers. This is from director Paul W. Anderson, and one of the stars in the film is his wife, Mila Jovanovic. I'm sure I probably slightly mispronounced that. It's an unusual name, but we know who Mila is, and She is always worth watching. But this was a limited edition German release only of Three Musketeers, and this is the Steelbook edition, and it contains the Blu-ray of the film and also the Blu-ray 3D edition of the film. Now I will do a separate video to do an unpackaging of this Blu-ray. If people would like to see more of this, please do leave a comment, let me know, and I can with pleasure do a full unpackaging of this and have a look at it in greater detail. But just for the purpose of this video, it's really a thank you to Jareth for being so kind to undertake the trade, and we'll just have a quick look at it. But it is very cool, very nice indeed. It is a PAL release, and it is in DTS HD 5.1 sound, and it is also a full 16:9 anamorphic presentation in scope 2351, and lots of extras with it. There seem to be 2 Blu-ray discs, I suspect one with the film and some extras, and also of course the 3D edition of the film, so definitely looking forward to checking this out. And without Jareth's help, there is no way that I would have really been able to have got this for anything other than complete silly money. So Jareth very kindly picked this up, and we were able to get it at the cost price from Media Market, or Mark I believe, German company. And as I say, it is a release that is specific to them, so it's their Blu-ray 3D Premium Edition, and certainly outside of Germany it's going to be a tricky one to pick up without having to pay lots of money for. So very much looking forward to seeing this, and definitely I will check it out in 3D. So really over the moon with this, Jareth. I can't thank you enough. Thank you so very much indeed. Absolute pleasure. I really wanted this one, really wanted the Steelbook, and just getting it over here in 3D would have been fun to watch the film, but this is just something a little bit more special. And look forward to doing a full packaging to look inside at a later date. But there we are, that's the reason for the trade. I asked Jareth to kindly help, and he didn't hesitate at all. He immediately responded and said it'd be a pleasure to pick it up, but he wasn't taking any money for it. He wanted a trade, and a trade is what we did. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Jareth. Absolutely delighted with this. Absolutely fantastic. Really looking forward to seeing it. Now, Jareth, being Jareth, decent guy that he is, and we all know and love him for, he has thrown in a couple of extras here for me. Completely unnecessary, and it's making me feel really bad because I only sent him the 2 movies, although funnily enough one of them here, Jareth sent me a message, and he asked if I knew of or had this one, Fanboys. And the way that I read the message from him was that it was a film that perhaps he was trying to get hold of. And rather ironically and quite amusingly, I actually did a search to try and find this film for him, and I was going to send him a copy of it thinking that he didn't have it, but clearly he was really just very coyly inquiring of me, or trying to find out if I had it, with intention to kindly send me a copy of it. It's clearly a film that he enjoys, and had this, I guess, extra copy. Unless he truly hates it, of course, and thought, who better can I send it to this idiot in England? Not at all. I'm absolutely sure he wouldn't do that. But it's a film I'm sure that he's enjoyed, and he wanted to share in it, and I look forward to seeing it. It's clearly a spin on Star Wars and George Lucas, and I guess George Lucas Ranch, and I think there's a bunch of these fanboys that invaded Ranch and just try to speak to George Lucas and talk things Star Wars and what he's done right and done wrong, I guess. It's a film I've heard of before, but I definitely have not seen, so very much look forward to checking that out. And Gareth, being the professional that he is, in each of these discs, he's put in the protective little bit of styrofoam there. Now that is true film fan decency, so thank you again for that, Gareth. Brilliant. Now he's also very kindly sent to me a gore classic from Andreas Schnaas, German director, and it's Nico's The Impaler. I do actually have the film on DVD, but this is a very welcome alternative edition because it's not the version that I have, so extremely grateful to you for it, Gareth, and thinking of me. And I'm a big fan of Andreas Schnaas. And just a little bit of a story behind this. I actually, through my sort of love for film and writing reviews and doing articles, etc., over the course of the last probably 10 years particularly, I had the pleasure and honour of being able to interview Andreas Schnaas, and he likes to be called Andy. So Andy, very nice guy, and he kindly allowed me to interview him, did a very detailed interview, and he thanked me for it, and I certainly thanked him for giving his time. And the interview can be found on his site, and I'll do a link to the article interview as well somewhere here, so you'll be able to look at that and check it out if you'd like to. But definitely Andreas Schnaas, he's one of the great underground gore directors from Germany. He was born in 1968 in Hamburg, and director of good old gore and splatter, and he loves to throw in his influences from childhood as well, and clearly there's a lot of that. There's martial arts, zombies, and gallons and gallons of blood and gore. From a very young age, as I say, he started making movies. But he's perhaps most famous for the violent shit movies, and there's a classic trilogy that he made. But more recently, he also did a fourth sort of violent shit spin-off, which was in a co-production with another great German gore underground director, Timo Rose. And Schnaas himself, as may or may not be known to most of you, actually plays the lead character in the violent shit movies, Carl the Butcher. That is actually Schnaas himself. But the co-production with German gore film fellow movie lover and maker Timo Rose is the film Carl the Butcher versus Axe from 2010. But my favourite is definitely Violent Shit 3 VS3. It's on an island, and it's just literally has some of the most gory, crazy shit and great effects you can imagine from a B-movie gore film, including Carl the Butcher ripping out someone's spine and all its gory detail. What's interesting here with Nikos the Impaler is that it actually stars an American B-movie actor, Joe Zasso, and Joe is somebody who I also have had the pleasure of having communicated with over the years, and he very kindly some time back sent me a personalised signed copy of one of his movies, and he's made a lot of films, and predominantly in Europe, and he knows all of the German underground directors, Andreas Schnaas, Timo Rose he's worked with a lot, and also Olaf Ittenbach, another great German gore B-movie director, perhaps my favourite of the three of those actually. Olaf has done some great stuff, and he's done some work for Hollywood productions. He does some fantastic special effects as well as directs his own independent movies as well. Joe Zasso, great guy, very down to earth, very imposing screen personality, and he reminds me a lot of a young John Saxon as well, who also was very prevalent in Euro movies and made a ton of them throughout the 60s, 70s and 80s really, and he appeared in movies for big directors and such as Dario Argento, so no stranger to the Euro movie scene at all, and neither is Joe Zasso, and he's doing particularly well for himself. So definitely love all this stuff, Jareth, and thank you so much for kindly thinking of me and sending me a great movie from Andreas Schnaas. And just as a little sort of thank you to you, just to show you that I do have some real love for Andreas Schnaas, here is the oversized poster for Nikos the Impaler as well. And this came direct from Andreas Schnaas. Sent me a package quite some years ago when Nikos the Impaler first came out. Sent me a signed edition of the movie along with this poster, and very pleased to have it, most definitely. We have the Schnaas brand. So, as I say, this is a very cool poster to have as well of what is definitely one of his gory films. So there we are, a little bit of background for German gorehound fans and followers of directors and movie makers and special effects people such as Andreas Schnaas, Olaf Ittenbach and Timo Rose. But just again a big thank you to Jareth. I can't really thank you enough, my friend. Absolutely brilliant. Delighted to have received the special Steelbook edition of The Three Musketeers. Looking forward to seeing it, and I will do another video particularly on this one at some stage shortly. Looking forward to spending time with fanboys, because that really is what most of us are, and delighted to receive this edition of Nikos the Impaler. Wonderful stuff. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you so very much indeed, Jareth. I hope your package arrives soon, as I say. I hope you enjoy it, and I look forward to seeing your video of that when you get time, and I hope your computer's all sorted out. So just remains for me to say thank you to everybody for watching. Really do appreciate it as always, and hopefully this has been a fun little video to check out and spend time as I love to with these underground German gore directors. So thank you all concerned, and again just to thank you once again, Jareth, for being such a good, decent, honourable fellow YouTuber. Really do appreciate it. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. See you all soon. Bye for now.